Okay, so we're done talking about the legal structure of post-clearance audit. We have discussed so far the basis under the law which supports the conduct of legal post-clearance audit here in the Philippines. We said that the legal basis is the CMTA, particularly the provisions therein referring to the post-clearance audit, as well as the implementing rules, more specifically CAO 1-2019. So those two form the legal basis for implementing post-clearance audit here in the Philippines. So that's the legal framework insofar as post-clearance audit is concerned. We now proceed to the organizational framework or the organizational structure component of the post-clearance audit. Definitely, post-clearance audit has to be conducted by a group of people, and this organization, this group, has to be established so that it can perform the functions that it is expected to perform. So insofar as the organizational structure of the PCA is concerned, here is what your WCO guidelines say. Post-clearance audit or PCA has an interface with many other areas within the Customs Department, or in this case, in our case, the Bureau of Customs, including risk management, intelligence sharing, enforcement, debt or revenue collection, and legal support. The organizational and management structure should therefore reflect this and facilitate close working and effective communication among these areas and these agencies. Normally, a post-clearance audit program will be driven by a central team responsible for managing the audit program. Depending on the situation of a particular country, an administration will set up one or more operational PCA units. The need for customs staff to be able to visit a trader's premises means customs offices should be located accordingly. For example, a small island economy may just have one main business center and require just one PCA office. A large country, on the other hand, may have many centers separated by long distances and time zones. So in the case of the Philippines, we take into consideration that the Philippines is an archipelago made up of several islands. We have several ports, and therefore that should be taken into account in organizing the unit or the units or the group or groups which will conduct the post-clearance audit. Continuing, here's what your WCO manual says. A number of administrations have set up dedicated teams responsible for the control of large businesses. In this model, a number of officers will be appointed to the large business team with a unique responsibility for ensuring the continued compliance of those businesses. It can also be useful to develop trade sector specialists, for example, in the car industry, textiles, chemicals, etc., within a large business team. Then we proceed to the different types of organizational structure. What types are there in terms of the groups and the entities conducting the post-clearance audit. So we have first the centralized audit, and second the decentralized audit. First, when we say or when we talk about centralized audit, this structure has an established single PCA unit within the administration, or in the case of the Philippines, we have one established single PCA unit, or established a single post-clearance audit unit, okay, within the Philippines. This setup, the centralized audit setup, has its advantages. First, enhanced communication, coordination, and sharing of knowledge. Second, better supervision and management control. And third, more effective risk management. For instance, feedbacks are sent to the risk management unit in a more coordinated manner. However, centralized units also have its own disadvantages, which includes difficult to physically verify the business premises of trader prior to the start of the audit, and field audit may be time consuming and costly. particularly when auditors have to travel a long distance to conduct this exercise or the audit in particular. Now, for decentralized audit, when we talk about decentralized audit, it means that the structure seeks to establish several post-clearance audit units within the administration. Okay? It has its advantages. Number one, it is easy to locate and contact the importer or exporter concerned. Second, it is cost and time effective. More audits can be performed since there are several PCA groups or several PCA units. Number three, the auditors of different regions can compete to perform better. Number four, knowledge is improved in specific trade sectors. And number five, local risk factors are considered more effectively. However, a decentralized audit setup also has its disadvantages. First, it's difficult to coordinate within, between and among the units. Second, there is lack of effective communication with each regional post-clearance audit units. And third, it may also lead to high administrative cost since recruitment entails cost, recruitment of additional auditors, managers, as well as the cost of training these additional personnel in terms of equipping them with the proper know-how or the proper knowledge in doing a proper audit on the importer or the broker concerned.